Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are once again talking about Arrow. It's Season 5, Episode 1. It's called Legacy. Full spoilers for the episode, as always. Now, when it came to the end of last season, we were in a very dire place with Arrow.
Yeah, I mean, we'd had a bit of a rough area before that, but that was like the low point.
Most of Season 4 was downright terrible. With
First maybe 4 or 5 episodes were all right.
Yeah, I remember thinking it seemed promising that it might be better than Season 3 for the first few episodes, and then it
just tanked way harder than season 3 ever did.
Yeah, it was laughably bad at times towards the end of the season. And Season 5, Episode 1, the first episode is not as bad as a lot of the later of Season 4. It's not.
It's better.
It's shot a bit better, the action's a bit more visceral. There's still some dodgy effects, and I'll get to the one particular moment that really bothered me in that sense. And I do have a lot of the usual concerns that I normally have. I do have to say this, though. I still didn't really enjoy it all that much. I mean, it's worth mentioning, even when Arrow was at its height, and you quite liked it,
I particularly love season 2.
Yeah. I was never super into it. I was, at most I was like, it's okay, at its best. I don't think it's even there again, but
it's heading in that direction.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't think it is.
No, that's what I was watching. I was like, you know what? This isn't that bad. But then I was like, hang on, they did this last season.
Yeah. This happened last year. The first couple of episodes were alright, and then it just started to tank again. And there was a lot of warning signs throughout this episode that said this is probably going to get terrible again very quickly. Yeah. So here's my problem. So it starts off with Ollie going after Anarchy, because Anarchy's got a bomb that he's going to set off. It's just one of these things at the start where it's just the end of a thing,
Which I don't mind, actually.
No, I don't mind that either.
It's actually better to see them using people again.
It is. But here's the problem I have with that. About 2 episodes before the end of Season 4, there was a scene where this kid, Anarchy, who's meant to be like in his late teens or something like that, was single-handedly took on Olliver, Thea, and Diggle in a 3-on-1 fight. It may have been 4-on-1, but I can't remember who the fourth person was, but it was at least 3-on-1. And this kid was, handling it. He was taking them all on, and it was a competitive fight.
Yeah, I don't think he won, but he was holding his ground.
Yeah, and then in this episode, Ollie just deals with him quickly, like it's nothing.
Which, in a way, is a good thing, because that's how it should be. That's the Oliver we saw for 2.5 years.
Yeah, but now it's inconsistent.
Now it's inconsistent, yeah. But it's like, I'd prefer that than the atrociousness that was the 3-on-1.
Well, okay, we'll write that off. That's fine. I've got more to complain about. Don't worry.
Oh, no. I've got some stuff as well, don't worry.
My biggest problem with this episode, actually, is that this is something that Arrow likes to do a lot, is it likes to go back to the same issue they've already covered 100 times and dance around it again. So, Oliver's killing people again. And the first scene where he kills someone, he kills a corrupt cop. It's actually a cop that he kills. He snaps the cop's neck.
It's a really nice callback to the first episode, though. I don't know if you remember that.
To hell.
No, the very first episode where he gets back and he gets kidnapped because he's Oliver Queen. He gets kidnapped, right?
Okay.
And he does the exact same thing where he holds them, he snaps the neck, and he goes, "No one can know my secret."
I don't even remember him getting kidnapped in the first episode. Never
very
mind.
First episode. It was a nice callback to that. I'm not gonna lie.
But and immediately I'm thinking, oh, we're just killing people again. I hope this is brought up. Now, to their credit, Thea does bring it up almost immediately, but he does kill 3 more people before that happens. He shoots someone directly in the chest, and
he
whatever
just
else
grabs
happens.
their gun and just destroys them.
And Thea brings it up, and I'm like, okay, good, someone's bringing this up. This doesn't stand. Because when we get to the next crossover, Flash is not going to be okay with this.
Yeah.
And Barry can't be okay with it. If Barry was okay with him killing someone, even in, that situation, I would be complaining, because he shouldn't. He's the Flash. He's beyond that. He's, same with Supergirl. Supergirl, under no circumstance, would accept that you kill people.
Yeah, the only other show in the crossover that can buy it is the Legends of Tomorrow stuff, where maybe some of them.
Oh yeah, obviously Heatwave's not going to...
Yeah, he's going to have no qualms about it.
He's like, of course you killed him, yeah. Why didn't you do it sooner? That'll be his attitude. But,
yeah. Which is kind of Oliver's attitude.
It is, yeah. Basically, the excuse here is that everything that happened last season. Oh, if I had killed, what's his face, Damien Dark, earlier, Laurel wouldn't have died. Well, sure, you could have always said that about anyone who's ever died from a villain. But the whole point of you being a hero though is that you're meant to take the high road, and you've just thrown it away again.
Do you know what my problem is? It's not even that he's thrown it away. It's the problem that it's so selfish. So many people have died from villains, and he didn't care. It's only that if someone that is close to him, someone that affects him, that he's like this again.
Yeah, but my biggest problem with it, as I said when we started this part of the conversation, is it's just we're doing this again. We've had this conversation again. It's like goddamn Thea and the Mirakuru and the Rage or what, Bloodlust. That was it. The word Bloodlust. What's Roy? He had Bloodlust. Then Thea had Bloodlust. Then Sarah had Bloodlust and Legends. That actually infected the other show. Bloodlust followed her to the other one. But it's becoming the same thing. I'm getting sick of this conversation. Just don't kill. Can we get past this, please?
I agree.
And truth is I wouldn't even mind so much if this was a standalone show that wasn't connected to things. Because in season 1, when he was a killer, I was like, fine, this is a vigilante that kills, right? I'm in this world now, that's fine. But then he get over it, and then we started a shared universe with the Flash, with Supergirl. It can't be okay. It just can't.
Do you know what? Even if it wasn't shared, I still think I'd still have a problem. Because, like you said, in season 1, it was okay. That was who he was, and then he evolved past that. This is now just a regression.
Yes. Yeah.
Which it's frankly a bit boring.
It is boring, but even if this was him, we were okay with it because he'd always been that way. The other heroes from the other shows should have a problem with it.
They should.
Yeah.
But that's something they could address, and that could be interesting. To be fair,
I'd hope so. Especially when it's a cop that he kills first. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So that really bugged me. Other things that bugged me. So Felicity's got a boyfriend.
I know. I was just like, ugh, with this again.
And all I could think was triangle.
Yeah. It's like, it's only a matter of time.
We have a triangle now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even going to say anything else about it.
There's nothing else to say.
We have a
it's
triangle.
Just like, ugh.
That's all I need to say.
Yeah.
So that was bollocks. Flashbacks are still not particularly great.
They're better than they were.
Sure. At the same time, though, I just kind of felt like, he's in a fighting ring in Russia. And...
Sure, but at least this time I get the idea that there's a story. At the start of last season where he gets dropped onto the island, it's like, well, what's the point of this? I don't understand it. Or at least in this one, I get it's, right, he's trying to find who he is again, before he comes back.
Sure.
I get the point of what this arc is supposed to be.
I get the point, but that doesn't mean I enjoy watching it.
No, but I didn't say it was good. I said it was better than it was before.
Every time I see Olliver in that stupid wig, I'm just like, nah. Can we get past this, please?
Yeah.
At least if we get a season 6, we know that this is the last season of the Flashbacks. So that is the one beacon of light that I've got right now.
I don't know. I think they'll find a way. It won't be quite the same, but they'll find a way.
Oh no, they actually said this.
Did they?
Yeah, they said this would be the last season of Flashbacks.
Oh, they say that now.
Or at least that. Yeah, I mean, they could change their mind and they could say, well, we just meant to that 5-year period. Now we're going to do flashbacks to the 3 months between seasons every year. That's what they'll do, won't it? They'll use that 3-month gap and be like, oh, this happened, didn't they?
Maybe, or they'll do flashbacks to other characters.
Oh, so
instead of just focusing on Oliver's 5 years away, they'll focus on stuff that other people did. Like Deagle's time in the army, stuff like that.
Oh god, I don't want to watch that either.
I know, but I can see it.
I don't want any of it.
I don't either.
Oh.
I hope they drop the flashbacks, but I feel like it's too ingrained in their show's formula at this point for them to drop it completely.
Like I say, the positives were the action was a bit better. It felt a bit more visceral. Didn't feel as absurdly cheap. I liked that there was actually trick arrows. Yeah.
Some of them were a bit goofy, but...
Yeah, parachute arrow.
Sure, but I'm okay with a bit goofiness. I mean...
I would be okay with it if he'd used, any trick arrows in the last 4 years.
No, I know. He used a couple. He used a boxing glove one at one point.
No. He fired the arrow into a boxing glove. That's not the same thing.
It's kind of the same.
But it's not a trick arrow. He's not designed the arrow to do it.
He's done that. He's done the hacking in explosive ones before.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he's always had explosives, but that's kind of like that is the base level of trick arrow.
It is. It is.
So, yeah, but yeah, they had the hacking one, and Felicity took care of the hacking, and a lot of the plot of this is that Felicity wants to put a new team together with Wild Dog, who's this hockey mask wearing vigilante that's kicking about. And we already know.
My question is, why does he still want to join the team after I'll put an arrow in his leg?
That's a very good question. My bigger problem though is why is Curtis, after one mugging, wanting to join the team when his whole thing last season was no, I'm a married man, and even earlier this episode, no, I'm a married man. I don't want to stay in this thing. And then after one mugging, he's like, okay, but I'll do it on one condition: you train me to. I'm like, and Olliver just immediately goes after fighting this idea. All episode just goes, okay.
See, I almost bypass it. Like, it's not that he wants to be vigilante; it's that he wants self-defense.
Well, that would be fine if he said. I said that the wrong way there, but he didn't just say train me. If he just said train me to fight so I can protect myself, that'd have been fine. Yeah. But he didn't. He said, sign me up too, or whatever. Yeah, it was like let me join the team too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can kind of get it to a point that he wants to learn to fight to protect himself. Yeah. Sure, after a mugging, I buy that. But jumping immediately to I'm going to join the team seems a bit far.
Inconsistencies all over the place.
Tell you one of my favourite things, though.
What's that?
Goddamn Donna's gone.
Okay, that is a good thing. That is a positive. However, I don't like the way they did it.
Why not?
It feels so... It almost feels like, oh, we didn't get the actress back. Let's just write a line of dialogue in to explain why she's not here. It felt so...
I get that, but I like Lance as a character.
True, I do too, yeah.
And I liked him in this episode, and getting rid of Donna is only a good thing for him. So, I'll take the victories where I can get them, frankly,
Were you hoping when he said she was in heaven that he was being literal?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. Because now they've left it open for her to come back, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a new villain. Yeah, we got what's his name? Tobias Church.
Yeah.
And he's a bit cheesy.
Yeah, he's fine. He's kind of just typical incoming crime boss thing by the look of it.
Yeah, I feel like he can't be the main villain for the season, can he?
Yeah.
Obviously, we get a tease at the end of this black version of Arrow, which
looks like Komodo.
Yeah, if that's where they're going with it, then that's fine. But I feel like
we've seen this before.
This feels so similar to just Malcolm Merlin in season 1, where it was just the black version of Green Arrow.
Yeah, and it was also when he threw the ninja star. Mm-hmm. I was like, so is he a League person? Because they're kind of ninjas.
It's kind of funny because one of the criticisms you might have with Flash is that they keep using speech to their villains, but at least with that they've all been different enough. They've all had distinct looks and they've all had different motivation. Well, I mean, we don't know the motivation of the season 3 villain yet, but he probably will. Yeah, but he probably will, right? And at least with Flash, you could argue that, oh, well, he needs at least a really powered person to fight for blah, blah, blah. It's kind of ridiculous how with Arrow, how many,
archers.
How many evil archers we've had now. Because it's like, he doesn't have to fight other archers. Like, Green Arrow's, because he's human, he can fight a whole assortment of types of villains that'll all give him, a threat.
Yeah, even the other guy, a crime boss. That's a legitimate threat for someone like Arrow. And that would be fine. Just play with it. Instead of going, oh no, we've got to have another archer.
Yeah, it just feels like we've done this. The villain is just an evil version of what the good guy is.
It's just dawned on me exactly what this episode is. It's trying to get back all of us who liked it at the start by reliving greatest hits. Before there was a proper team, we got the forming of the team stuff going on. There's no Felicity at the minute. Fight scenes look decent again.
Oliver's,
more or less.
Oliver's ducking out from security detail.
Yeah, he's killing again. The archer. It's all very much just let's give them what they liked before and just go, that'll be fine now. Which is better than it was, but it's not good enough either.
And it doesn't make a lot of sense for a lot of it.
Exactly. It's like, I get what they're trying to do, but you should be moving forward with new ideas.
Kind of like the Russian proverb that he keeps bringing up.
Exactly. Exactly. But like I said, it's actually not awful. So,
I still didn't like
there's,
it.
there's small victories.
You know what? I'm calling it now. It'll keep this air of not bad quality for a few
For about
episodes.
6 episodes.
And then it's going to plummet. I'm calling it now. By the end of this season, we're going to be crying. You're going to be drunk every episode, just like we were last season. I'm calling it now.
I can see it lasting till the crossover. Because they can't do anything too much till the crossover. Typically speaking, Arrow kind of treads water till the crossover.
Maybe. Oh, they could, like, the whole crime boss thing might be the arc that finishes just before the crossover. They could have that be a 7-episode thing, build up the other villain, and then after the crossover they deal with that. But that's maybe giving them too much credit. Yeah.
I think it is, frankly.
Alright, that's been Arrow, Season 5, Episode 1. Let us know what you thought of it in the comments below. Has it won you back? Did you never think there was a problem anyway? If so, seek mental help. Otherwise, though, thank you very much for watching. Get us on Twitter at mailed_fuzz, like and subscribe, and all that jazz. And we'll be back for more punishment next week. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.